Hey, Joe Mastriano, CPA, over 40 years and thousands of successful IRS tax cases. Today, I want to talk about how I've been listening to tax help videos from people who help people with IRS problems. And these guys just tell you what's in the manual. You can always tell their lack of experience. And often they are wrong about certain things. I'll listen to their whole video where they're attempting to teach you, but they fill in the gaps with incorrect things that I don't know if they make it up or someone tells it to them or they're just not paying attention or what. For example, I watched one this morning on a guy who was telling you about how to set up a partial payment plan where the payments don't pay off the whole liability at the end of the payment terms or the CSAID date, the statute expiration, where they can't charge you, that 10-year statute is up. And he seemed to have some experience, and most of what he said was right. But then he started saying that, well, the IRS doesn't let you have it unless you have a good payment history in the past. And that's where the lack of experience comes in. Because if you do a financial statement with the IRS and you can't pay, there's not enough equity and assets and you're not making any money, sometimes they'll put you in a currently not collectible situation. But I've done plenty of $25, $50 a month payment plans solely based on the financial statements. You can't really stop a person from entering into a low dollar partial pay agreement because of their history of payments. And see, that might, he may have read that in a manual somewhere, or that might have been his experiences, because, to give him some credit, uh, I do know in my early years, first 5 or 10 years or so of practicing IRS representation, I came to conclusions based on my experiences. And then I met other people that also had 10 years of experience or whatever. And they came to different conclusions. And then I opened my thinking up to realizing that we all have different experiences and you can't make these types of conclusions. So I wanted to make that clear because if you have any IRS issues, you really need somebody that has a lot of experience and who's open minded enough to fight your situation. Um, there was a time period I was trained in arguing by a Fulbright Jaworski, one of the top law firms, managing partner. He's still actually a client, but this guy is a powerhouse in court. He was the attorney for a top physician. I don't want to give away who it is, so I won't name the name of the physician. But if I told you, you would know that physician, and then someone would be able to figure out who he is. But this guy was a really, really tough guy in like three different states. He operated in for his company, and he kept pushing me because I kept saying, well, the IRS is telling you this, and this is what's written in the guide. And he would say, no, it doesn't matter if it's written in the guide. They have the flexibility. In the law, you have flexibility. And so I pushed, and ever since then, I did not take, and I don't take no for an answer unless my client's not willing to fight the issue, or I know that it's a loser issue in court and permeated through the IRS. But I will not lay down for some revenue officer or group's sole opinion that doesn't make sense logically and puts the taxpayer at a disadvantage. So keep that in mind when you have an IRS problem. Um, I prefer people come to me. Call Stephanie 713-774-4467. However, if you do choose someone else to help you, make sure they're a killer uh, person, and they have the knowledge and they have the experience, and their heart is in helping you. Thank you.